Good morning. Good morning. I just heard this last night before I went to bed, and I knew I had to share it, right? I knew I had to share it, and it gave me a whole perspective on life, and a lot of the screw-ups that you may have made, and a lot of the downfalls that you may have had, a lot of the valleys you may have gone through, whatever it may be, right? And here's the thing, right? Because us men, I mean, a lot of people, yeah, but especially us men, I know that we tend to look at our failures and screw-ups, we tend to look at it as just, we've ruined our lives type of thing. When we make a mistake, or we screw up, or we sin, or we do something wrong, we're like, oh shoot, we've screwed up everything. We've screwed it all up, man. We've screwed up God's plan for our life. We've screwed up our own lives, you know. If I just done this differently, we could have made things totally different, right? And so what happens is we start getting in this cycle where we pick on I know this goes for everyone, technically, but no, I'm saying especially us men, right? Is that we will pick on ourselves for every little screw up or wrongdoing or mistake that we make. I know I definitely have, man. I know that every single time I screw something up, I'm like, oh my gosh, I shouldn't have done. Oh, I should have stuck with this. I should have done this. I should have done this. You know, I shouldn't have changed up my videos. I shouldn't have changed up my workout so much back then. I shouldn't have changed up my college major. I shouldn't have done this or that or this or that or whatever it may be. There's still times where I get in my own head, right? And I look back and I'm like, oh, I should have done this differently. I should have done this differently. And and this is the thing, man, is that like we look at our screw ups and our wrongdoings as we're just complete failures. But yet we also know in the very back of our minds that we're human. We ain't the smartest creatures on the earth. I mean, we are, but we're not, right? We're human. We're gonna make mistakes. We're gonna screw up. We're gonna sin. We're gonna do wrong. It's just part of the deal of life, man. And yet so many of us, we just beat on ourselves through it. We beat on ourselves and we think that we've ruined our lives and we've screwed up everything and that we're failures and that there's no coming back and that we're just, from here on out, our future's just going to be hopeless and whatever. And we get in our own heads so much. I know I sure do. And we get in our own heads so much that sometimes we're having a great day and then we just start thinking these thoughts and it ruins our day. We make one little mistake and we think our entire day and our entire life is ruined. We mess up one little time and we just think, oh, that's it. My entire life is down the drain. And it's not. I heard this last night. And it really puts things into perspective once you really understand it. Right? And this is not something that you have to think deeply about. This is something that it has to hit you. Right? Because if you don't understand it now, then someday it's just going to randomly hit you and you're going to be like, whoa, oh my gosh, man. It's so true. Our screw-ups, our mistakes, our wrongdoings, our failures, the things that we do that we say we screwed up our whole lives. Listen to this one. It's all part of God's perfect plan for our life. The things that we do, the things that the failures that we make, and the things that, the mistakes that we make and the sins that we commit, and we just say our entire lives are ruined, or we've screwed up our entire future, or, we can't come back from this, we screwed up everything, It's all part of God's perfect plan for our life. And you can't screw up God's plan. So even your screw-ups and failures and mistakes, right, God knew that you were going to make those. And God allowed these things to happen, right? Because he needed to teach you something. God allowed me to go down all these different majors in college that held me back for a year, right? It takes most people 4 years to get their bachelor's. It's taking me 5, maybe even 5.5. Ugh. But yet he had to teach me a bunch of things because I had so many different interests and passions, but he had to teach me these are all not for you. Because I could have stuck with one thing. But you know what happens if I stuck with one thing? I realized that if I did, Hey, there's nothing wrong with that. But in the future, I would have wondered, oh, what if I went with this, or what if I went with this, or what if I went with this? And then I would have been in my own head, like I always am. I would have gotten in my own head, and then I would have kept thinking to myself, oh, I should have went with this, or I should have went with this major, or, I love what I'm doing now. Like, I feel like, God's called me to do this, but, oh, man, what happens if I try this, or I tried this, or, then I would start getting in my own head, and then knowing sometimes how I make, in the moment decisions without necessarily thinking too much about it, I could see myself just signing up for these certain classes while I'm doing this full-time work and stuff like that, and then wasting my money on it. So look, the bottom line is that I truly feel God had to teach me now, right? This is not for you. This is not for you. This is not for you. With all the past videos I uploaded and deleted, which, yes, I regret deleting them because it would have been cool to at least look back on them. I'm glad I at least uploaded like my OG mission videos to another channel. But God had to teach me, right? Hey, number one, these kind of videos, like, yeah, they were cool at first, but they're not really 100% you. That's number one. Number two, yeah, Justin, you probably should have kept those videos. But since you didn't, now you know now to keep any video that you upload no matter what. No matter what. Unless I specifically tell you to take them down. Right? Which I don't really feel God's telling me to take down any of my videos. I just feel I made in the moment, kind of like emotion-based decisions, if that makes sense. Like, oh man, maybe I shouldn't have this video, or maybe this video isn't that great, or something like that, all the mistakes that I've made with my relationships. Yeah, God had to teach me, hey, Justin, there's some things that you shouldn't be saying. Or there's some, some of those times you shouldn't have let your emotions get to you. Right? And I had to teach you what would happen if you did. Right? By allowing you to experience that so you can see the consequences of you saying those stupid things or making those stupid decisions. So every single mistake that you've made, every single wrongdoing that you've done, right? God has taught you something through it. That you either should be doing this or you shouldn't be doing it. Through all my past relationships, I can look back and say I shouldn't have dated them because, I'm not with them. But no, I should have, because God taught me what kind of girls I should be with and what kind of girls I shouldn't be with, which is allowing me to make smarter decisions in, going on the dates with the right women. Now, versus back then, I would have gone with pretty much anyone who was just nice and friendly, So yeah, all those mistakes and wrongdoings and things that you screwed up, that you think to yourself, oh, I failed my path, I failed my life. Dude, no, you didn't. You did not fail anything. It's all part of God's perfect plan. And I remember this Bible verse, right? Because I know us humans are not meant to be perfect. I forgot exactly how it goes, but I just remember it saying, let us be made perfect through God, right? Meaning that, yeah, we're not perfect, but God makes us perfect. He takes, like in this is not for you to say, go around thinking that you're perfect. You're not. But we're perfect through God, right? We're perfect in as long as we're with God. But at the same time, we're also not perfect too, because like we still sin and we still screw up, right? So don't go around thinking you're the perfect person. No, you don't go around thinking that. Just remember that. Just here. This is how you think of it, right? Every mistake, every wrongdoing, every screw up, every sin, every stupid thing that you've done that's made you not perfect, God uses it as part of His perfect plan. That's what God does. So yeah, you're not perfect and you never will be, but it's the fact that all of your imperfections, every stupid thing you've done in this life, every screw up, every wrongdoing, God can and will use it to fulfill His perfect plan for you, to give you hope in a future as His word says. So instead of looking at your mistakes and your wrongdoings and your stupid decisions and your failures as something that's terrible and something that screwed up your life, no, you have not screwed up your life, because you cannot screw up God's plan for your life. You cannot screw it up if you wanted to. The only way you can really screw things up is if you just go away from God. That's it, man. That's it. I mean, if you just go away from Him, I don't know what to tell you. But if you stick with Him, like He uses all of your mistakes, all of your wrongdoings, failures, as part of His perfect plan. Every single stupid thing that you've done, stupid decision, every failure, sin, mistake, whatever. Every single stupid thing I've done, He's taught me something through it, which has made me a better man. He's made me either wiser or stronger through all of it. And yes, sure, the road is kind of messy, but you know what God does, right? He allows us to walk this messy road, but then once we look back on the road behind us, it's straight. And even God's word says, you may not understand now what I'm doing, but someday you will. So next time you fail at something, or you make a stupid decision, or you screw up, or you make a mistake, instead of beating yourself up, right? Yeah, repent of your sins. Yes, learn from your mistakes and your failures, but also understand that all those things are actually a good thing, man. You don't gotta be perfect, because God's gonna make things perfect even when you make things imperfect, because it's all part of his perfect plan, man. So stop getting down on yourself about these failures. Stop beating yourself up over your mistakes. Stop thinking you ruined your entire life because you didn't. If anything, you just made your entire life better because God allowed you to go through these things. He's teaching you. He's making you wiser and stronger in some way, which is going to make you a better man in the end, which is going to make you the kind of man that you need to become to fulfill whatever destiny God has for you. And you cannot fulfill the destiny God has for you if you don't become the man that God needs you to be. And God's going to make you the man that he needs you to be by allowing you to go through these failures and screw-ups and whatever. Just make sure you're repenting of your sins, learning from your mistakes, and just using it all to become a better man. That's it. It is as simple as that. Quit beating yourself up. Quit looking down on yourself. Quit thinking you failed God. You failed everything. You cannot screw up God's plan. You cannot just fail your entire life over a stupid mistake. Whatever. We're all human and we make them. God knows this. This is why he sent Jesus to die for us, right? And God even uses all of our mistakes and all of our stupid decisions to fulfill his perfect plan, because he knew since we were born that we would be making these stupid decisions and stuff. But yet he's always had a plan for us. As his word says, I have plans to not to harm you, but to prosper you and to give you hope in the future. It's always been there, man. It's always been there. So next time you fail or you screw up, or you make a mistake, or you do something stupid, don't beat yourself up. Just repent of your sins, learn from it, and thank God for it, that he's making you a stronger, better man, wiser man through it all. It's all part of his perfect plan. And yes, we don't understand it because we think that, oh man, and God's perfect plan, it must mean that we must live perfect lives. No, that's not how it works. If we were meant to live perfect lives, there would be no need for Jesus, right? If we were meant to be perfect, we would all be God, and that wouldn't even make any sense. So no, we're going to screw up. We're going to take a messy path. We're going to do stupid things, whatever. Just forgive yourself, man. Repent of your sins, forgive yourself, and learn from it and move on. It's as simple as that. And understand that every stupid thing that you've done, failure, mistake that you've made, it's all just to make you wiser and better and stronger. It's all part of God's perfect. Our imperfections, our failures, mistakes, they are all part of God's perfect plan. Isn't that something? Isn't that something? And when I heard this last night, I just looked back at my entire life, every mistake, every failure, every time I've changed paths in life, every time I've changed my mind or made impulse decisions, which I know I got to take down. I know God's telling me to take that stuff down. I just realized that I thought I screwed up my entire life, or I screwed up so much or whatever. But no, I realized that God needed me to go through all that. God allowed me to go through all that for a reason, and that God is just using it to fulfill his perfect plan. And we may not see what his perfect plan looks like. That's because we can't see the future. That's why Jesus tells us, you may not understand now what I'm doing, but someday you will. And that's what matters. So go forth, man. Go forth, continuing to make mistakes, continuing to fail. Because failure is the best teacher out there. Making mistakes is the best teacher out there. Don't ever doubt the teacher just because you don't like their teaching methods. Because if you actually sit down and listen to the teacher, you might learn something great from it. And failure and mistakes, yeah, I don't like their teaching lessons, but ironically, I've learned the greatest lessons through them, right? Of course, nothing greater than God. I mean, greatest teacher out there by far. Even greater than some of my high school teachers and college professors, which I've had some pretty good ones. And I'll tell you, some of my high school teachers and college professors, man, they were great. And I kind of miss just sitting in class. There was this one class I had to sit in chemistry for 3 hours. And I remember when I first signed up for chemistry, I'm like, oh, this blows. But I remember I enjoyed that class so much because the teacher was just great, man. The teacher was great and I learned so much. But yeah, God's still the greatest teacher. Anyway, bottom line, don't beat yourself up for failing. Don't beat yourself up for making mistakes. In fact, when you fail and make mistakes, give yourself a pat in the back. Just make sure you repent of your sins and forgive yourself, and then just go forth being the better man that God needs you to be to fulfill the destiny that he has for you. That's it. And you can't fulfill that destiny if you don't become that man he needs you to be to fulfill it. If you don't become the man worthy of fulfilling it. And you cannot become the man worthy of fulfilling it if you don't make mistakes and fail. That's it. No more being perfect. Just being who God made you to be. That's it. That's it, man. Don't forget this one. Okay, you remember this for the rest of your life? There's no failure and no mistake that'll ever bring you down. But rather, it'll only ever be God bringing you up. There's no valley that will ever be dark again because God's light will shine through it. You just got to remember this. All right, let's get to working out. Okay, found a good workout spot. So, give a little bit of fitness tips and start the workout. There's actually a trail kind of like all the way down there. You can't see it from here, but it's pretty cool. So I just decided, hey, why not go off trailing a little bit? And I ended up at this little hut over here, which some people might, some people would probably think, oh yeah, someone lives in there. I mean, hey, anything's possible. But personally, I think it could just be like some teenagers or something, or some kids, whatever, going and just having a little bit of fun in their free time, or some adult campers or something like that. But yeah, this actually looks pretty cool though. If I see a creepy guy though, hey, I'll start running, and a video might not be uploaded, so stay tuned. There's probably no creepy guy though. So let's get to the good old-fashioned workouts. Well, fitness advice first. Let's go. Now, don't worry, because after my workout, after our little fitness portion, I'll go on a little walk around this area and just kind of show you around. It's kind of cool. It looks like something that would be out of a fantasy world or like a dream world or something. It's really cool, especially seeing this kind of stuff in person, which is why, hey, I'm always for recording the adventures. I love them. They're great. I have fun with them, and I'm gonna keep recording them. But I highly encourage you to go on little mini adventures of your own. I mean, this place is like 15 minutes away from my house, so yeah, of course, going halfway across the country and hiking some mountains would be awesome, and I'd love to do that one day. But you also don't need to do that to get out and adventure. Like if you find some place around you, near you, you just got to be creative and be willing to explore even things that might seem boring at first, right? Like a regular trail, like it seems peaceful and nice, but also not very adventurous. But if you just decide to go off the trail a little bit, of course, in a safe and non-private property or whatever, hey, you could have a little mini adventure of your own, and it's pretty darn cool. So here's the thing, right? Here's the thing with fitness, and this is something that's helped me to level up in fitness and just in life in general. And I'm considering talking about it tomorrow. It's a really neat concept. It's a concept that I forgot where I heard it from, but I heard it a little while ago. And since I did it, it's been so much fun. I've always been able to have a lot more fun with fitness and with life in general just by applying this kind of concept. And that is treating it like a game. Treat fitness, treat life like almost like a game or a video game or something, right? Where in video games, you start off really small, you start off with nothing, you start off with Jack, and then you continue to build your empire or your kingdom, and you'll slowly level up, or even, if you want to go back to something like Mario Bros or something, right? You start off at the level 1 world, and then you continue on different levels and get higher up, and eventually like face the final boss, right? You could go back to Clash of Clans, the good old Clash of Clans days, where you start off with nothing and your base looks like garbage, right? And then over time, as you continue to get money and get gold and stuff and purchase and upgrade more, right, your base starts to look pretty darn awesome. You could treat this as any game. And pretty much every game out there either has you level up or get to the next level or get better in some way. So when you start treating fitness that way, right, and you know how you have fun with video games, right? Well, a lot of times us fitness people, yeah, we look at fitness as like a good thing. Yeah, fitness, let's go. But if we're being honest, we also don't find it the most fun and exciting thing. But if you make your workouts fun, whether that be you throwing some battle music, right? Like kind of get like your masculine energy out, right? You throwing some battle music, you act like you're about to go into a battle. Like, okay, I gotta do this entire set, and this will be like the first boss, right? And the next set and tomorrow's workout will be like the next level, right? And I know it sounds kind of cheesy. I'm not saying you have to go around, shouting to the world like, hey, I'm going to level 2. I'm almost at the final boss of fitness. I'm not saying like that. I'm saying kind of think of it like that in your own mind. Like, okay, this set's the first level, right? Like the next set, I got to do better, but I got to fight harder. And then the final set's like the final boss, and boom, I got to give it my all. And you throw in some battle music, or you throw in some intense music, right? Like even sometimes, let's just go back to Stranger Things, for example, right? They had that song Running Up the Hill, but they had like this epic version. So what I do sometimes on my cardio runs is I'll put in that song, and like as the music gets more intense, I'll start running faster and harder, and just kind of act like I'm running away from some kind kind of boss or something, or I'm running toward my family or my loved ones in order to save them from, something that could be attacking them or whatever. Like, you make it like a game. You make it like a story, right? It's so cool when you do this. And I've done this with my financial stuff too. Like, I've been able to be smarter with my money just by making it like a game. Like, okay, I got to make this amount of money, which means I got to work this amount of hours this time. And yeah, okay, so this month I'm spending a little bit more, which means I gotta save a little bit more. It's almost like I try to calculate it like I'm in a game where you gotta put away money and then save money, right? Whether it be Tycoons or something like that, or Clash of Clans, where you gotta kind of be smart and manage your money that you have, and just make it like a game, man. Like, make fitness in life like a game. It doesn't have to be the exact kind of game that I just gave to you, but just make it like a game. Put in some intense music, or like some battle music, or some really intense music from like your favorite movie or something. Sometimes I'll even throw on Star Wars, man, and I'll just like maybe the Force theme or something like that, or Darth Maul theme or something, and I'll just kind of, obviously I'm not doing my cardio like I'm fighting a lightsaber fight, but I'm on that run and I got this intense music going, and I kind of picture myself fighting, right? And when I'm running, when I picture myself fighting and I got this music going, it helps to pump me up more. So I make it fun, man, and I make it like a game. It's funny how great that's made my workouts, how great that's made like my financial life, how great that's made just my life overall. It makes life more fun, man. Look, we're grown men, right? Or at least, we're grown into men or stronger men. I consider myself a man already, obviously, but I'm becoming better and stronger, more masculine every day. And part of being a man is like, you might have heard from the world, like, oh, becoming an adult is so boring, it sucks. And it's like, yeah, obviously it's harder than being a kid because you have more responsibilities, but that doesn't mean that you can't enjoy life or have some fun with it. Like, as long as, you know what makes you a man? It's not about if you're having fun or if you're being boring. It's not about if you still have an imagination or you don't, right? Because people will tell you, oh, yeah, being a man, you can't have an imagination, you can't have fun, you can't do this, you can't do that, especially if you believe in God. Oh, you definitely can't have fun. It's like, dude, whoa. First of all, show me where it says that in the Bible. Number two, show me where Jesus says that us men can't have fun. I mean, if anything from what I've read and heard about is that Jesus wants us to enjoy life, but what makes the difference from a man from a boy is not fun or no fun. It's about where you put fun, right? Little boys, they put fun first on their list. It's like the most important thing. Men, they put the responsibility first. They put doing what they need to do first. They put doing the work that they got to do first. I mean, of course, yeah, like putting God first, right? Put God first and taking care of others next, and like your own responsibility. But I'm saying is that they put responsibility and work before fun. But if you can mix the two together, if you can just have some fun with work, as long as you're doing your work, man, as long as you're doing the work that you need to do and taking care of the responsibilities that you need to take care of, there's no rule in the masculinity book that says you can't have fun with it and you can't enjoy it and you can't have a little bit of imagination. There's no rule book in the book of masculinity that says that. So, I mean, yeah, you might believe the lies that society tells you, but, do remember that people tell things based on their own experiences too. So the people that say, oh, becoming an adult sucks and it's boring, it's because they've allowed themselves to become boring, and they've allowed themselves to develop this mindset that being an adult absolutely sucks. So people are just going to tell you things based off of, what they've learned and experienced. And what I've learned and experienced is that, yeah, being an adult is harder, being a man is harder than being a little boy. But number one, it's way more worth it. Number two, you're becoming who God made you to be, so what better blessing than that? Number three, there's no rule that says you can't have fun or you can't enjoy it. As long as the responsibility and the work come first, right? Like, I'm not talking about, like having fun, like going out and partying, maybe getting a couple drinks with some friends, or just going on a little adventure, going to the movies, going to an amusement park. That stuff is fine, man. But as long as you put your responsibilities first, like you do the things that you need to do, you build your relationship with God, take care of others, do the work that you need to do, take care of the responsibilities that you need to take care of as a man. And, right? Like, that stuff comes first, and then the fun. But at the same time, as long as you're putting these things first, like, I still have fun with my relationship with God. I still have fun with other people and building relationships. I mean, heck, if anything, going on fun dates with a girl has made the dates 10 times more better than if I were just some boring, angry adult, right? So yeah, I still have fun. I still make the dates going on girls with fun, or make time going out with my friends or family fun. Even with my own work and responsibilities, I make them as fun as I can. And they're not always fun. Some days I feel crappy, or some days I don't really feel it. Some days I'm just feeling more bored and laid back rather than like having fun. But what the bottom line is that as long as you're putting these things first, there's no rule that says you can't have fun with it, or you can't enjoy it a little bit, or even have a little imagination. So with your workouts, make it like a game, man. Make it like a game. How many can I do today, before my body says, hey, you're done? How hard can I go on this workout? What level can I get to, right? It like just make it like a game, make it like fun. And when you're in the middle of your workout, you can act like you're in an intense battle, or act like you're trying to. I saw this clip of this one guy real quick, then I'll get to the workout. It was this one guy who was holding these two handles, and they were connected to ropes with weights on each side, and he was trying to break the world record of it. I forgot what the world record was. I want to say a minute or 2 minutes, and he was just sitting there holding them like this, and they were heavy weights too, and this guy was like shaking, and he was like clenching his jaw, right? And then he ended up breaking the world record, not by a second or something, but by like a minute, I believe. So he really destroyed the world record, considering the world record was like a minute or 2 minutes with that. He broke it by like a minute. I think that's the exact time. It could have been 10 minutes or something, and then he broke it by 11 or 12. But the bottom line is, he destroyed that world record with how long could you hold it for. And when they asked him, how did you even manage to break the world record? He said, I just imagined my family was there, right? My family was trapped under there, and I had to hold this up as long as I could until they were able to get themselves out. And I'm like, boom, that right there. He just broke a world record through imagination, right? And it's not like little boy imagination, like I don't know. He's not imagining things like a little boy or something. Like he's imagining things like a man, like his family. He's trying to save his family, man. Like that's and he broke the world record like that. So be adventurous. Get your imagination on. Have some fun, throw on some good tunes with your workout, and just have some fun with it. Throw a little bit of imagination, make a story out of it, make a battle out of it, like whatever, these are the kind of things that motivated me to do my workout and help me to really go hard in it. So yeah, that's a piece of a workout advice you probably never heard before. It's not the basic, oh yeah, do 8 reps in 4 sets. It's like, dude, no, there's more to working out than just like perfect numbers, which half the time aren't even perfect, because if you just go your max amount of reps with max amount of sets, boom, you get the max amount of progress, and that's how you build the most possible. 4 sets of 8 reps is good, but you want to get the max progress, do the max sets with the max reps you can. Anyway, enough of that. Let's get to working out. I'll show you a set of my leg workout that I'm going to do. Then I'll finish the rest on my own, do the physique check, do the little mini adventure, show you around here, do the Bible reading, and then be on our way. Let's go. There we go. Check this out, man. You want to talk about imagination or adventure? Right now I'm on a balance beam, and there's lava below me. Only way to get that lava good to go is by absolutely destroying my legs. But I can't fall off, otherwise I fail. Boom, even something like that too, just to put my words into action, if you will. Now, I'll start off with 2 leg squats, because one leg's gonna be really hard, but gotta at least get myself used to the balance a little bit. See, man, I'm still getting a really good pumping. I'm just having a little bit of fun with it, man, and putting some imagination behind it, because why not? I may be a man, but there's no rule that says I can't have fun or use my imagination, right? There's no rule that says I can't enjoy life. As long as responsibilities and work come first. Oh shoot. And I'm dead. Actually, doing legs on the branch actually hits better than just doing it on flat ground. I feel like my calves can go down more, and the balance makes it harder too. That's why I like bodyweight workouts. I feel like the balance, helps you build your strength, because you got to have some strength to balance. Yeah, you got to have strength to move the stuff, or to move yourself up and down, or pull yourself up and down. But you got to add a little bit more strength, so that way you're able to balance yourself during it all. Oh, this is the hardest part. Yeah. Come on. I'm dead again, man. Come on. Yeah. Yeah. Or even sometimes too, I'll just imagine like my future wife and kids, like watching me do like an intense workout, and like, you know, like your wife looks up to you like, whoa, like I'm married to a strong man, you know. You know, like mesmerized by you, like, oh, I'm married to a really strong man. And like my kids looking up at me and be like, whoa, like daddy's really strong, you know? Like, oh, look at dad go. So I'm like, I just imagine that kind of stuff too, which helps motivate me during it. And then I'll even just imagine like even back in the days of Jesus or something, like warriors, right? Warriors like who are training to defend their kingdom or something like that. Or sometimes I'll think of Jesus holding the cross and how strong he had to be, right? And in my knowledge, Jesus wasn't, you know, as built as Arnold Schwartz, but dang, he sure was stronger physically and mentally. Respectfully to Arnold Schwartz, but you know, he had to carry a cross all the way up a dang mountain, not for a good workout, but just so someone could kill him and throw him on there, right? He had to do all this hard work just for him to die, right? Like that's a man right there, man. That's a man. Sometimes I'll just imagine like that too. Yeah, wall sit, but without the wall. So yeah, just imagining stuff like that, you know, it really motivates me a lot of times too, especially when I'm not feeling motivated. You just gotta imagine yourself as like a ancient warrior, or like a knight in armor, like a soldier. So, you know, manly people like that. And even if you do something like this, like I imagine myself carrying this really heavy weight, and I gotta carry it, you know, as long as I can so I don't get crushed by it. It's just stuff like that, stuff like whatever comes to your imagination, man. Use your imagination, be creative, have fun. You know, have some fun, man. Don't become an AI robot. You know, we have too many of those. And we're gonna have a lot more in the future. Don't be an AI robot, man. Don't be afraid. Just to have a little bit of fun with life and embrace yourself, bro. If people want to hate, who cares? Remember, those people that hate on you for enjoying life a little bit are just the people that have trained themselves or have been trained by others to think that being an adult means you gotta be boring and you gotta hate your life. Like, no, people have just trained themselves to think that way, or they've been trained by the world and they listen to the world, right? Sometimes you don't gotta listen to the world. Sometimes you don't gotta listen to society. Sometimes you just gotta listen to the one above, right? Who cares for you and wants us to enjoy life. Yes, put him first. Yes, be a man first, but enjoy life during the whole process. You know, don't ever forget that part, to enjoy life in the process. So yeah, that was one of my sets. I want to go finish this up, do a little physique check, even though I'm not hitting upper body. Hey, you know, still just gonna do a little check, and then show you around this little area and go back to where I was, and then go back to the car for a Bible reading. So I'll see you then. Okay, man, if that wasn't a good workout, I don't know what was. Oh yeah, here we go. Ha. Trying to get like a good shot here. Whew. Okay, man. Oh yeah. Love this view around here. It's so perfect. Okay. Take a walk with me, will ya? Will ya? Let's go on a walk, shall we? There we go. Whoa. A little walk and enjoy beautiful nature around. Here we go. And this stuff, I don't know how far it goes back, but it goes back pretty darn far. That's what I do know. I don't know how far, but I do know nice and far. And yeah, the trail was down there. Let me walk and then I'll do like a little 360 view. Oh yeah, there. I don't know if you can see it from here. Oh, maybe it was this way. Oh, I see the trail, but I think I might have been going the wrong way. I'm not sure. Is that a bad thing that I don't know? I was going the wrong way. Oh yeah, I was. Ooh, wow, I was definitely going the wrong way for a second. That's concerning. Hey, at least we found the right way. Here we go. Just look and listen, man. Sometimes you just gotta stop and enjoy the moment. There's nothing wrong with that. All right, in case you can't see, trail is out that way. So I'm gonna be going back to that. Now we'll go back to the car, read our section from the Bible, and carry onward, my friend, carry on. Real quick, here's the trail. It's the way I came from. Well, I mean, like I was working out that way. That way. But, this trail begins at that way, so that's like where I came from to go to the workout spot. And actually, real quick, if we go up to the front, and then kind of look inward, it looks pretty cool because it starts off with more, or not more, with less trees and stuff. So the sunlight clearly shines through. Or then it's like at this point around here where the trees really start taking over. And so if you're a little bit farther in this lighter part and you were to look backward, doing a second here, you look backward, then it's pretty cool because it looks like you're entering like a darker part of the forest, but not creepy dark, but almost like a peaceful dark part of the forest. So, right, we're at the lighter part. It's like right around here. Then you look that way, which is where we just came from, and yeah, it looks darker. But when you get in there, it's like a peaceful dark. It's just a pretty cool place by where I'm at. Not even too far from my house either, which just goes to show, like I said, you can make an adventure out of anything. It's something as simple as going to the movies, to something as crazy as hiking a mountain, to something as peaceful as walking a nature trail, to something as crazy as an amusement park. You can make an adventure out of anything that you choose to. Adventures don't always have to be crazy, intense, tough hiking a mountain. It can be peaceful off-trail roads in the wood. Off-trail road in the woods. So yeah, you could really make an adventure out of anything. It doesn't have to be far away from you or halfway across the country or go on some vacation to another state or city or country or whatever. You can make an adventure out of something right down your street, if you will. And then boom, this is the complete open part. And then, yeah, so you walk through to the light part. So, all right, Bible reading time it is. Let's go. Okay, on to the Bible reading we are. So flip to a random page, pick a random section, and here we are. All right, oh yeah, I should probably start reading off the like verses and stuff too. 2 Corinthians 11:16. I repeat, let no one take me for a fool, but if you do, then tolerate me just as you would a fool, so that I may do a little boasting. In this self-confident boasting, I am not talking as the Lord would, but as a fool. Since many are boasting in a way that the world does, I too will boast. You gladly put up with the fool since you are so wise. In fact, you even put up with anyone who enslaves you or exploits you or takes advantage of you or puts on airs or slaps you in the face. To my shame, I admit that we were too weak for that. I repeat, let no one take me for a fool, but if you do, then tolerate me just as you would a fool, so that I may do a little boasting. Tolerate me just as you would a fool, so that I may do a little boasting. In this self-confident boasting, I am not talking as the Lord would, but as a fool. Since many are boasting in the way that the world does, I too will boast. You gladly put up with fools since you are so wise. In fact, you even put up with anyone who enslaves you or exploits you or takes advantage of you or puts on airs or slaps you in the face. To my shame, I admit that we were too weak for that. I feel like I should have an understanding of what this means or what this is trying to say, but it's like, it's not clicking. It's not clicking. So I'll either just realize that later on. I'm gonna be like, oh yeah, this is what this said. You know how many times it's happened to me. I'll read something, then later on, either in the day or the week or just later on in my life, it will just randomly pop into my mind and I'll be like, oh wait, yeah, okay, that makes more sense. So either it'll click later on today or later on in my life, or I just got to keep reading it or something. But yeah, what do you take from this? Let me know what you take from this, because I'm curious as to what you have to say. Yeah, that's the reading, that's the adventure, that's the workout, that's the talk, that's the mission for today. So I have a little free community down below if you want to go check that out. A lot in there, a lot coming to it. Looking forward to continuing this mission and building it. And other than that, now it's your time, man. Time for you to go become that great masculine man God made you to be. And I will see you tomorrow to continue our mission. Peace.